Welcome everybody to the gray area, where we do the scary, the weird, and the mysterious. And today we got what they caught them in Asia shocked the whole world. So I mean, I ain't never been to Asia. Probably want to go one day. I might. It's kind of another whole side of the world. But I don't know what's going on over there. But I want to see what they caught. I know y'all want to see. And see, remember, like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what y'all think about it, because I'm going to let y'all know what I think about it. Here we go.
Asia. If this image is authentic and a creature like this still thrives in Asia today, consider our trip canceled. In fact, a lot of
what the hell is that?
Anything this scary looking might be lurking there. Whatever it is, it doesn't look
That gotta be Photoshop right there,
yeah. Look anything but terrifying? The Namahaji are Japanese ogres who, legend says, once terrorized the countryside if they weren't bribed with food and once a year, a human sacrifice. The legend survives in a ritual that takes place in Japan on New Year's Eve, when people dressed in masks go out door to door, threatening the lazy and scaring children into hard work and good behavior. It's nothing but a myth, although this picture looks a little too real for us. Do you think the legendary Japanese ogre could be based on truth? Leave a comment with the hashtag open discussion. You want to know a little secret? If you smash the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell, you'll have superpowers for the rest of your life. So what are you waiting for? Time to fly. Number 14, glass bridges. This glass footpath is a skywalk bridge in China that opened in 2016.
Now that seemed cool.
Built as an attraction for tourists.
That seemed cool as hell.
And transparent.
But at the same time, I'd be scared as hell to go outside. What if that thing break? It ain't nothing but glass. I know it's tempered glass and supposed to be able to take all that pressure. But look at all them people on there.
And 20 feet in width, and is suspended about 980 feet above the ground.
What if just a small crack somewhere happened and boom, everybody gone?
The bridge is made of a metal frame with more than 120 glass panels, layered with 2-inch slabs of tempered glass. There are 3 long swings attached to the underside of the bridge. There's also a provision for making a 935-foot bungee jump, considered to be the highest bungee jump in the world.
Ain't no way.
But just 13 days after the bridge was opened, the authorities put out a notice saying they were closing the bridge due to overwhelming visitor traffic. The bridge, designed to hold 800 people at a time and expected to be visited by about 8,000 people per day, had reportedly attracted more than 80,000 visitors. So the government decided to suspend operations due to the urgency to improve and update the attraction. The bridge reopened soon after it was completed. Number 13, stigmatized houses. Do you want cheap rent in Japan? Try renting a haunted house. Japanese folks have a belief that the spirits of the dead live in the house they died in. Jaikobuken is a property where the former occupant died of unnatural causes such as suicide, murder, fire, or neglect. Stigmatized properties like these are a property that buyers or tenants may shun for reasons that are unrelated to their physical condition.
Will y'all buy a house that somebody died in?
It includes things like whether
they say is haunted.
An organized crime organization used the space or if a religious cult exists nearby. But on the flip side, they can be rented or purchased at very low prices.
Other people don't have that price they talk about.
History of the home or apartment. There are a growing number of individuals and companies that specialize in purchasing these stigmatized properties at huge discounts, and either renting them out or reselling them in the future. Could you live in a so-called cursed property? Although both of the civil law of Japan dictates that realtors inform any prospective tenants of any stigma involving the previous tenant or property, the realtors themselves have to decide.
Well, you know how many houses people you don't move in and somebody done died in it, you don't even know about it.
Number 11, Blue Volcano. This volcano on the island of Java in Indonesia has 2 of the most unusual occurrences on Earth.
The Blue Volcano?
First is a wide lake.
Dang, do y'all see that? It's so cool.
The color of the water is a result of its extreme acidity and a high concentration of
blue lava.
It's the world's largest highly acidic lake with a measured pH as low as 0.5. The cause of its acidity is an inflow of hydrothermal waters charged with gases from a hot magma chamber below. The second and most impressive occurrence is an active solfatara that emits hot, flammable, sulfurous gases. These ignite as they enter Earth's oxygen-rich atmosphere and burn with an electric blue flame.
They're so
Some of
cool.
the gas condenses in the
But I
atmosphere.
bet you they're so deadly. You can't stand around now. Bet
Bet
you
an
can't.
electric blue flame, and a continuous stream of sulfur-laden gases blast from
Yeah,
fumaroles at the
you
side of the
die
lake.
as soon as you get right to that
These
lake.
hot gases travel underground in the absence of oxygen. If they're hot enough when they emerge from a vent, the sulfur ignites upon contact with oxygen in the atmosphere. The volcano remains active. The last big eruption occurred in 1817. The smaller eruption since then caused very little damage, but presents a danger to anyone mining sulfur or visiting the lake. Great! Rupkund Skeleton Lake. High in India's Himalayas, 16,500 feet above sea level and nestled in a snowy valley at the base of 3 Himalayan mountain peaks, is a place known as Skeleton Lake. The lake
That's
itself
beautiful,
is not
man.
huge, only
Beautiful.
130 feet wide and 8 feet deep, but its beauty is mesmerizing. But the lake and surrounding slopes are strewn with hundreds of human bones. Depending on the season and weather,
Human
the
bones?
lake, which is frozen most of the year, expands and shrinks. Only when the snow melts for a few months in summer, August and September, are the skeletons visible. Most are well preserved, some with flesh still attached.
Is this like a
These are the
shrine or
remains of
something?
An estimated 600 to 800 people. The secret here was first chanced upon by a forest ranger in 1942. He
People
initially
bones
thought the
just out there.
skeletons belonged to fallen Japanese soldiers trying to invade India. A closer inspection proved the bones to be much older. In 2004, a team traveled to Rupkund and retrieved about 30 skeletons. The lake's high altitude and icy temperatures had preserved much of the remains, with some of the skeletons still having hair and flesh attached. Indian geneticists conducting DNA tests concluded the skeletons were roughly 1,200 years old. The
1200.
study shed a little light on what may have happened, but the mystery was far from solved. Number 7. Walking leaves.
Still ain't told us why them bones was
Camouflage
there.
excellent. Leaf insects, or walking leaves, are some of the most remarkable leaf mimics in the entire animal kingdom. As you can see, these insects take the appearance of a leaf to hide from predators.
That John do
this so
just like a
accurately
leaf
that
though.
Predators often aren't able to distinguish them
Just
from
like
real
a leaf.
leaves. In some species, the edge of the leaf insect's body even has the appearance of bite marks. To further confuse predators, when the leaf insect walks,
But I wouldn't have that thing in my hand like
to
that.
mimic a real leaf being blown by the wind. Genius, right? The female has large feathery forewings that lie edge to edge on the abdomen and resemble, in their vein pattern, the midrib and veins in a leaf. Females are flightless, and so the hind wings have no function. The male has ample, non-leaf-like functional hind wings. The males can fly once they become adults, and they generally will do this often when disturbed. This species of leaf insect is very quiet during the day, but becomes active during the night. When they will walk in a stop-go kind of way, as if they're moved by the wind. Leaf insects occur from South Asia through Southeast Asia to Australia, and they're among the most successful camouflagers known to exist. Number 6. Scarewolf.
What
They're
the?
officially known in Japan as super monster wolves, but we're loving the name.
Oh, that's a
Scarewolf.
mechanical
But
thing.
don't worry, they weren't created to terrorize local residents. They serve a very important purpose.
Scarecrows or
Engineers
something?
designed these robots to stop animals from eating farmer crops. Many
Damn.
farms here have become home to various yet oddly horrifying versions of them. The first official trial of the robot wolf just ended, and surprise, it was a resounding success. In fact, it was such a success that the wolf is entering mass production. In truth, the story of the robot wolf is more than a little problematic. Wolves went extinct in Japan in the early 1800s. Now, parts of the region are overrun with deer, wild boar, and aggressive bears. They love to feast on farmers' rice and chestnut crops. Obviously, farmers had to come up with a solution. Fast forward 200 years, engineers created this robotic wolf.
Why don't y'all just get
they killed off?
some more
But
wolves?
there is some good here. Ultimately, the trials
You know what I'm saying?
revealed
Even the
wolf has an
population
effective
now.
radius of just over a half mile, making it more effective than an electric fence. Anything outside that, you'll have to invest in a few to ward off hungry predators. Number 5. Cliff commute. In this remote part of China, kids need to be ultra brave just to get to school. To attend class, backpack-carrying pupils from a village in Sichuan province must take on a 2,600-foot rock face, scrambling down
Seriously?
ladders and clawing
To
their
go
way
to school,
over
they-
big
man.
rocks as they go.
Hey,
When
they
the footage of the
dedicated,
killing
man.
climb
Hey,
reached
yeah.
the media,
Every
people were
student's
shocked
supposed to get an
and
A in that
very
class just
but
by
the
coming to
72
school.
family farming community, which produces peppers and walnuts, told the press that there had been insufficient room to build a school for local children on the mountaintop. The wooden ladders used to move up and down the mountain are, like the village, hundreds of years old. And sadly, an unconfirmed amount of villagers have plunged to their deaths after losing their grip during the climb, while many more have been badly injured. The trek to school is now considered so grueling that the children have been forced to board, only returning to their mountaintop homes to see their families twice a month. But needless to say, the uproar
you still got to make that trip twice a month.
Promises of government action. The plan is for a steel staircase to be built to connect the
y'all should have been did that, man.
World until a permanent solution was found. Number 4. Ancient handprints. Archaeologists believe they've discovered the world's oldest known representational artwork. 3 hand-stenciled wild pigs painted deep in a limestone cave on the Indonesian island of Sulawesi at least 45,500 years ago. The ancient images were found in a cave made with red ochre pigment. The painting appears to depict a group of Sulawesi warty pigs, 2 of which appear to be fighting. Those 2 images are badly damaged, but the third, possibly watching the drama unfold, remains in near pristine condition. The handprints are like an artist's signature. It's one of the most spectacular and well-preserved figurative animal paintings known in the whole region. The paintings provide clues about what life was like in ancient times here. These are small native pigs that are endemic to Sulawesi and are still found on the island, although in ever-dwindling numbers. The common portrayal of these warty pigs in the Icy Age rock also are the ancient hunting culture. An archaeologist student discovered the cave and its prehistoric paintings in 2017. It's only accessible during the dry season via a long trek over mountains through a rough forest path.
That's cool too.
Number 3. UFO houses. Mystery surrounds this semi-abandoned
only in Asia, huh? UFO houses. I'm surprised we ain't got them on some up in the United States.
Houses in the world, the Futuro houses, designed by a Finnish architect, resemble whimsical flying saucers. This particular pod, comprising about 6 Futuros, is scattered throughout a large complex of Venturo houses, another retro-futuristic prefab house model by the same architect. The prefabricated plastic oddities were originally designed as pallets light enough to be airlifted onto any terrain. Although the ones here swap the adjustable UFO-style legs for
they don't blow off when the wind blows.
The UFO-shaped house closest to the entrance of the park boasts a fully functioning airplane-style door and window. Inside the small circular space are a sitting area, kitchen, bedroom, and bathroom.
It looks ugly from the outside, but the inside look alright, I guess.
Potential with cutting-edge architecture and the underlying promise of the techno-wondrous future, the curved lines of walls and windows, the modern building materials interspersed with stone and tile. These houses are a relic of the forgery of an ideal on the far side of the world from where it was born. Number 2. Facekini. This wacky but fun fashion craze reportedly began in China in 2012.
Facekini?
Swimming mask that covers the face and neck is worn to protect users from harmful UV rays, as well as pollution and jellyfish stings. Paler skin is historically seen as a sign of prosperity across China, and beachgoers often go to extreme lengths to protect themselves from the sun. And today, the Facekini, originally worn by middle-aged people to protect their skin from the sun, has found its way into a high-end fashion.
That's the first time I heard that one, y'all.
That's fashion for you. The bizarre spread was pictured sporting the colorful Facekinis while wearing expensive designer swimsuits and jewelry.
I wouldn't know that we wouldn't know the Asian. We'd seen some stuff like that. We'd have freaked. Man, what the hell is going on over here?
As well as avoiding sun damage, the Facekini also has.
But that's kind of smart. I mean, it's better.
That it made them feel better about bearing it all in a swimsuit.
Probably better than
and as you can see, they come in various colors, themes, and styles. While it seems to have impressed top fashion editors, other social media users remain unconvinced. It looks like bank robbers are raiding the beach.
Yeah.
Number 1. Dragon chickens. No, we're not looking at a hybrid animal in a Game of Thrones episode, and they may look horribly deformed, but these dragon chickens are among the world's most expensive poultry, as their massive thighs are a delicacy in Vietnam. The bizarre-looking breed,
drumsticks on that bad boy,
chicken, is prized for its delicious meat and was once bred exclusively for the country's royal family. Dragon chickens, usually served in restaurants that cater to the wealthy, are native to this region. A pair of these chickens can cost us.
Yeah, you had to cut that joint out the leg and serve that out. Hey, that's some ugly junks, boy.
Which explains its high price.